Hi, everyone. Happy New Year, and welcome back to Curated by Becta. This week we've got meal kit number 131 for January 12th to the 14th. Thanks so much for ordering this week, and thanks for letting us be a part of a special celebration at home. I've missed you guys, and I have missed this cooking and this finishing of meal kits. We took a break for a week, and now we're all charged up and ready to go, and we've got a beautiful menu for you. We're looking for a little healthier, so we've got this beautiful smoked Arctic char as the main course. We need a little fish in our lives, and this is gonna do it for you. So I've gone ahead and got started. I've got the oven at 425 because I'm gonna do the appetizer and the main course at the same time, so you don't have to watch me for a really long video. So the carrots are roasting in there. Just toss it with some neutral oil, canola or grapeseed oil, salt and pepper, and put them on a baking sheet with some parchment paper. Next up, I've got a few things on the stove. Apologies in advance for the person who does the dishes in your family, because we've got a few pots and pans tonight and baking sheets, but I promise it's going to be worth it. We've got our beluga lentils in a pot. We're going to on low, stirring occasionally. Same thing with our lovely parsnip puree. So in the beluga lentils, you want 1 tablespoon of water and 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter for 2 people. So half of that for one person, maybe a little bit more. You also want to hit the lentils with some salt and pepper. So I'm going to do that now before I forget. You do not need to season the parsnip puree. We do that for you. But the lentils will not be good when you get them home if we've already seasoned them. Okay, and then I've got our Welsh rarebit. Now, for those of you who don't know, and I always kind of get this confused, it is not rabbit, I promise you. It is a British invention, and it's cheddar cheese with some Dijon mustard and some roux, a few other seasonings in there, but it is going to be delicious on this toast. So you want to melt that down on low heat, and there'll be a little bit of oil that comes out of it. That's totally natural, totally good. And then I'm going to preheat my pan to medium-high heat for our mushrooms on toast. And we are going to do 1 tablespoon of neutral oil, in my case grapeseed oil, per person in the pan where the mushrooms are going. Now, what do we do next? We can season our Arctic char, both sides, with salt and pepper. Turn that guy over, and the skin side is going to go down first. Now, don't worry if you don't cook fish a lot. We are showing you a beautiful way to finish this off. Okay, so that's all ready to go. Do a quick hand washing from the fish. And then let's get down with our mushrooms. Baking sheet with your sourdough bread, and that the Welsh rarebit is going to, once it's melted, be spread on that and then broiled for 3 minutes. But I need to get our mushrooms going on first. So let me crank this up just a notch. All kinds of lovely mushrooms. Let's see what the chef says on the mushroom side. So medium-high heat. After 4 minutes, reduce the heat to low and add 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter. Okay. The induction does warm up in a hurry, which is great. There's lots of mushrooms in there. Sometimes you might get a little bit of watercress in there, because that's going to be one of our garnishes. Make sure to take that out. And I've got a little bowl there for the watercress, which we're going to season. While the mushrooms are going, let's talk about the wines. I'm so excited about the wines that we've chosen for the next 3 weeks or 4 weeks with the big night in. So this is a Vernaccia di San Gimignano, and it's nutty and it's earthy and it's a little bit of citrus and almond. It's going to be great with the mushrooms on toast. I am such a fan of this wine. So one little secret behind mushrooms when you're sauteing them, hit them with some seasoning right off the bat, because the salt allows them to dry out, and you want to get the pepper in there as well and not forget it. So it'll release some of the water that is in the mushrooms. Give that a little go, and we've got 4 minutes on medium-high heat. Again, take the watercress out because they're kind of mixed together. Okay, I think the Welsh rarebit is melted enough that I can spread it on our sourdough. Our chef Rich is actually British and born in England. And so this is one of the few sort of British dishes that he really likes to do every once in a while. Mushrooms on toast. And the Welsh rarebit is a classic. If some pours over the side, that's okay. But make sure you cover all the sourdough because we're going to broil it up in just a second. They probably packed a little bit too much for me because they like to do that. I'm going to get as much on there as I can. Okay. Saute the mushrooms. Now I am going to cancel this and we're going to broil it up. And once the broil kicks in, we're going 3 minutes on the baking sheet line with tin foil. So while that's happening, I'm going to start with our Arctic char pan. Make sure I'm turning off the heat over there. 1 tablespoon of neutral oil per person for our char, and that really does the bottle. So because I'm doing the appetizer and main course together, the carrots are on the bottom shelf, and the Welsh rarebit, this stuff is on the top. So 3 minutes on that, and we should be good to go. Mushrooms are looking good. Make sure to stir the parsnip puree around and the lentils. Just for fun, if you have an induction, I've got the parsnip puree on 2 and I've got the lentils on 3. Lentils are going to require a little bit more. Okay, the pan is getting hot for our char. Let's see. That pan is going to medium-high heat. I'm actually going to reuse my mushroom pan for the Swiss char. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. The chef forgot to mention how to do the Swiss char, so I'm going to do it the way that I would normally do it, which is in a non-stick pan, a little bit of grapeseed oil. I hope I've got some left. I don't. Oh, yes, we do. Over there. They were out of grapeseed oil at Loblaws when I was shopping recently, so that was tough. But I'm glad that we hooked some up this weekend. And so that's going to be for the Swiss char. And then the Arctic chars over here. These guys are doing well. So the mushrooms next. We're almost at 4 minutes. We're going to reduce the heat to low and add 1 tablespoon of butter. And let that melt in there. And we've already seasoned it with salt and pepper, so don't do that twice. Okay, so the char, we're probably ready. I'm just going to boost this up, give it some nice heat, and then lower it down because I want a nice little sear on the skin. So skin side down. I'm using a cast iron pan, but you could use a non-stick pan as well. Cast iron works very well for the fish. Skin side down. And we're going to go 4 minutes. Then we're going to reduce the heat to low, drain off the excess oil, and then add, so I'm going to get a little bowl for that, and then we're going to add some butter. So I need a little bit more butter, in fact. And I did because it's 1 tablespoon per person. Look at this. I take a week off and everything goes to pot. I'm feeling grateful for a lot of things right now. I want to give a special shout out to our huge regular Rick. As soon as we launched the store this week with the new menus, bang, he was right there. Of course, I had screwed up and we blocked the wrong dates. Rick, thanks for letting us know. And we've got a delicious kit coming for you this week. All right, so good. Give that a stir. I bet you the rarebit is probably ready now. Oh, yeah. So now I can go back for my regular stuff there. And because we put tin foil on, because we do that now instead, anytime we broil, because we had a guest who had their parchment paper catch on fire, which apparently it does at 450 degrees. So that's why we're using tinfoil now. So it's a little messier, a little harder to get off, but at least there's no fires in your kitchen. Maybe we have more like industrial stuff at the restaurant. I need to get a little spatula. Uh-oh. In the dishwasher. I'm really on fire today. Okay. That's going to be to turn the fish over very soon. Mushrooms looking good. So I can put these on now to the Welsh rarebit. Yes, and my induction stove is going to beep at me. Our son loves mushrooms on toast. I don't know what it is, how we got so lucky, but he does. Okay, I'm thinking we need to turn this over now. So it's been 4 minutes. Reduce the heat to low and drain off any excess oil. Make sure the char doesn't go with. And 1 tablespoon of butter per person. Melt that guy in there and we're going to do a little butter bathing. But in the meantime, hitting our watercress for the appetizer with some olive oil, salt and pepper. Give that a little stir. We've got our crispy shallots. That's going to go on the mushrooms. This is a good looking dish. And then the watercress to finish it off. Beautiful, fresh, delicious. Yeah, I haven't forgotten about the char, folks. Don't worry. I really hope that you don't do what I'm doing and do both appetizer and main course at the same time, because it's going to be a whole lot better if you do it one at a time. Okay, now we're butter bathing. We do a cold smoke to our fish so it doesn't cook it. It just imparts that nice smoky quality without cooking. God, this smells amazing. That around, move this around. We're going to turn off the oven because the carrots are probably done. So let's show you our mushrooms on toast with the Welsh rarebit, crispy shallots, and the watercress. All right, get our main course ready to go. I can't believe I'm actually going to plate the dessert last. Okay, last part of the char. Oh yeah, forgot about the Swiss char. So we're going to have our mushroom pan back on here. I've really done a good job tonight. Char is going to go in there. Glad I didn't hit it with water. Salt, pepper. Lovely. Okay, looking good. We need the non-stick tongs so we don't mess things up. And how do we plate this stuff? I'm going to turn the char off so it doesn't cook anymore. Parsnip puree in the center. On the bottom, I'm using a little coupe tonight. All that in there. But you can use a round flat plate if you like. Lovely. Give my Swiss char a little spin. And I forgot the grapeseed oil. I'm really out of practice. Beluga lentils next. Again, of course, they've sent me with more than we need. Our carrots. Keep the Swiss char going. I'm going to turn the heat off now because I don't need any more there. And I didn't even tell you about the lovely Leaning Post Gamay Rosé, which is paired up with the main course, because we do, have a red wine option for those of you who need the red wine. But I got to tell you, I love this rosé. It's 100% Pinot Noir rosé done as a saignée, so they bleed off the juice, and it's done so nicely. And it gets a lot of the Pinot Noir qualities, that earthiness, that bright strawberry, without any of the tannin or harshness. Okay. Our Swiss char there. Make sure you can see all the different ingredients. Fantastic. And finally, for our fish. This is a complex dish. There's a lot going on. Hit it with a little salt and pepper at the end. Then we've got the pickled or marinated onions. Make sure to divide them evenly. And finally, a spoon. This is our lemon vinaigrette. I'm going to put some beside the beluga lentils. That's going to make it pop, because you got the earthiness of the lentils and the brightness of the lemon vin. You can put some around the plate if you like. I'm going to load mine up on the side. How gorgeous is that? Happy New Year. And I can't believe again that I'm doing dessert last. We've got a gorgeous dessert going on tonight. The pastry chefs have really outdone themselves. Got some caramel here. The chef said drizzle it around the plate, but for me, I'm going, or drizzle around the dessert. I'm going to go right on the bottom. And lemon meringue tart. And then we've got some candied almonds that are going on and around. This is one of the nicest looking desserts I have seen in a long time. I'm just so happy lately. I don't know. And what a great meal. I can't wait to eat this. There is our lemon meringue tart with the candied almond and bourbon caramel. Thanks again for being a part of this. Thanks for ordering. I hope you love your meal. I can't wait to get into this. Happy New Year, and we're going to see you really soon.